Chào các bạn, chúng ta lại gặp lại nhau. Và hôm nay trên tay mình là một quyển truyện tranh rất là thân thuộc với các bạn nhỏ. Các bạn đã từng nghe câu chuyện cô bé Hoàng Khăn Đỏ rồi đúng không ạ? Bây giờ chúng ta sẽ cùng nhau đọc quyển truyện này phiên bản tiếng Anh. Little Red Riding Hood. Ở đây, Little Red Riding Hood, The Wolf. Và chúng ta có thêm bà là Grandma và Woodcutter, thợ săn. Ok, Tiều phu đúng cũng đúng. Rồi, bây giờ chúng ta cùng đọc câu chuyện ha. The Wolf. Ok. On sunny day, Little Red Riding Hood set off to visit her grandma with a basket of food. Be careful not to stray from the path, said her mother, and don't talk to any strangers. Little Red Riding Hood promised to be careful and wave goodbye. Okay. The little girl soon forgot her promise and left the path to pick some pretty flowers. Suddenly, a wolf jumped out from behind a tree. "Where are you going, little girl?" he asked. "To my grandma's house to give her some food," replied Little Red Riding Hood. The wolf grinned and licked his lips. Okay. The wolf had a plan. He quickly ran to Grandma's house and knocked on the door. "Who is it?" called Grandma. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood," said the wolf in a high voice. Grandma opened the door. The wolf burst in and wrapped her up. He put on her clothes, Grandma, and got into bed. Okay. It wasn't long before Little Red Riding Hood arrived at Grandma's house. She knocked on the door. "Who is it?" called the wolf in a squeaky voice. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood," said the girl. "I brought you some food." Come in," the wolf replied. Okay, the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood entered the house and put down her basket. She walked over to the bed. "Oh, Grandma," she cried. "What big eyes and ears you have! All the better to see and hear you with, my dear," said the wolf. "Come closer so that I can see what gifts you have brought to me." Little Red Riding Hood moved closer and sat beside the bed. "Oh, Grandma," she cried. "What big teeth you have! All the better to eat you with, my dear," growled the wolf. The wolf jumped out of bed and wrapped up Little Red Riding Hood in one big rough. Okay. The woodcutter was walking past Grandma's house when he heard a growling noise. He opened the door and couldn't believe with his eyes. The big fat wolf was asleep, snoring in Grandma's bed. With one chop from his axe, the woodcutter killed the wolf. Uh-oh. Okay. Then he cut open the wolf's fat tummy, and out popped Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood, alive and well. the woodcutter thrust the wolf out into the yard and throw him down in the deep well, never to be seen again. Grandma thanked the woodcutter for saving them and invited him for supper. From that day on, Little Red Riding Hood promised to never talk to strangers again. Okay, the wolf. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.